All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What's going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back here, New Year's Eve. Hope everyone out there has a happy New Year. Stay safe out there. Don't be stupid. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, but hopefully you guys do enjoy your evening. Ring in this new year here with some shippers in the NHL streets. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. You already know the drill. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen share here in the background. And let me do this right like that. And boom, we're live in the stone here. We're going to talk through this 9-game slate. Pretty good one in general here. Some massive favorites. So for the most part, I do think ownership is going to kind of spread out here. Overall, again, there's some massive favorites here on the slate. We'll talk through them as we go through it here. But the first game up on the docket here, as you can see up on the screen, it's Pittsburgh here heading into Detroit to face the Red Wings here. Wings are favored in this one. Just looking at the numbers here, I think this game has the potential to shoot out here. It is a 6.5 total. I will say Pittsburgh's power play is in a decent spot here. Red Wings killing off 58% of penalties on home ice here. So that gives me interest in guys like Sidney Crosby, Ryan Russ, Raquel, Michael Bunting, and then Matt Grzelcyk. I really like Matt Grzelcyk a ton with the injury to Chris Letang. Grzelcyk has been on that top power play. Now he's skating on top line as well. So I really like that top line. Rust, Raquel, Crosby, Grzelcyk as a little 4-man stack there. If you want, again, a little 2-man mini stack there just to save some salary, going to Bunting, going to Grzelcyk, a little 2-man action there, I think is a great option there. On the Red Wings side, Alex Nat has not been good. He's going to be in net here tonight, so I do like this spot quite a bit, actually, for the Red Wings. Kind of the reason why I think this game shoots out here and we see multiple goals. I actually like the over here. So give me Dylan Larkin here, DeBrincat, Raymond. Those are kind of the main guys I'm looking at here. Kane, DeBrincat, Raymond, Dylan Larkin, and Mo Seider. Sticking to the big dogs. JT Compher's got a decent price point at $3K flat there. You can pair him up with Tarasenko. You get a nice little 2-man mini stack there. Third liner, second power play. Both of them are cheap there. Both going to play about 15 minutes or so, I would say, here tonight. Petrie at 2.6K, another good option from a defensive standpoint. Gustav as well at stone minimum. Both of those guys are two good ones, but pretty good game to start us off here. I have no interest personally in either one of these goalies here. So it's offense or pass for me in this game for sure. Next game on the slate is kind of an interesting one here. Hurricanes are coming into Columbus to play Elvis and company on home ice here. Carolina, minus 230 favorites here. 6.5 is the total. 4.55 is the implied team total, as you can see there for the Hurricanes. I think this game goes back and forth. I know that's probably going to be a hot take. People usually don't like playing guys against Carolina too often. It's scary, right? Carolina is very good defensively, but where they are not very good defensively or struggle a little bit is on the road. They do limit shot on goals. So Columbus, if they're going to get here, they're going to have to be pretty efficient overall in general. Just looking at the spot, they allow about 24 shots on net on the road this season, does Carolina, which is second best in the league. So not a lot of opportunities going to come, but I think line one here for Columbus definitely have some interest just due to how good they've been all season long. Columbus did just get blanked against Boston here, but Monahan, Marchenko, Vornikov, and cut it off there. Those are the guys I'm interested in. I think they're decently in a decent spot here. On the Carolina side, have to have a ton of interest. Necas, Svechnikov, Kakanemi. Really like that second line a ton on the road here facing Columbus. Columbus gives up a lot of goals, especially at home here. Elvis, unless he stands on his head, kind of going to be outmatched here a little bit in my my eyes here. 29th in the league is Columbus on home ice in terms of high danger chances. They allow a ton of shots. They're pretty leaky in general. But again, I mean, looking at their offense, Columbus has the third best home offense in the league here. So I do think we see goals. I definitely prefer the Carolina side for sure. Not seeing a ton of ownership go to them. And I like that the ownership that's going to Carolina is going to that top line with Jarvis, Aho, Roslovic. I think that's solid. But I like the second line with Necas, Svechnikov, and Kotkaniemi here. Brent Burns is a really, really good option from a defense standpoint. 4K. Really like him a ton. With the injury there to Ghost Basir, Ty Smith is going to take that point right now as it stands on the top power play. He's still in minimum. Really, really good value option there as well, but definitely a good game there for sure. Next game on the slate here's going to be chalk. Sabres, that's absolutely abysmal, especially on the road. The 30th in the league in expected goals. Dallas Stars is second in the league in expected goals for on home ice here. They take the third most shots on net per game as well. They draw the third most high danger chances, and the Sabres give up a ton of high danger chances here. So I love the Stars here. Not really a good power play spot in general. Dallas Stars power play has definitely struggled. This would be a decent spot to kind of get it going. Looking at the Sabres numbers on the penalty kill, 74% penalty kill here. Give up almost 4 opportunities per game. So really like this spot for Rupe Hintz, Matt Duchene, Johnston, Robertson. Evgeny Dadonov is a really, really nice value there at 3K. Love him. Jamie Benn's playing great right now. So those are kind of the guys I'm interested in. Line 1 and 2, probably not getting to the Bork line with Stankoven, Bork, and back here. I like lines 1 and 2 a ton. Miro Heiskanen, really, really good option there. Stars, full slam dunk for everybody kind of on the slate, looking at the ownership here, but for good reason. Sabres are horrendous. The only hope they have is Pekka standing on his head in net and just blocking these shots. But I really like the Stars here. Probably one of my favorite teams to stack up here tonight. And I like that you got about 6 skaters here you can go to. You got the 2 centers in Hintz and Duchene, and the 4 wingers in Johnston, Robertson, Dadonov, and Jamie Benn. And you get 2 cheap ones in Jamie Benn and Dadonov there that correlate. So I like that spot quite a bit. Next game on the slate here, Preds and the Wild. I wanted to like the Wild here, and I think you could definitely play the Wild. Eriksson Ek is back, second game back now. I don't mind the spot here for Marco Rossi, Boldy, and Zuccarello. Kaprizov is out here. Wild has just been riddled with injuries here. I will say I do like Philip Gustav a ton in that. He's probably my favorite goalie on the slate at 7,800. Really like him a ton. Jared Spurgeon, Brock Faber, and Brodin, all good options here with the injuries that they're dealing with on the blue line there for Minnesota with Middleton on the shelf. They got other guys on the shelf there as well. Open a ton of minutes for those guys there. Favorite plays, all the minutes he can handle. Same with Spurgeon and Brodin. So I do like those guys. They're all in that 4K range. I think is very good there. Hartman's got a decent value price. You can pair him up with Marcus Johansson if you're looking to do that, and then throw in an Eriksson Ek. So the Ek, Hartman, Johansson line I think is definitely interesting there. Ek's going to get a decent amount of ownership. Good matchup against the Preds. Anunen's going to be in net. He's been decent. Not quite as good as Saros here, but Saros has had his ups and downs this season as well. I think Wild are in a decent spot. Don't love it. Just the Wild just have not looked good, and especially with no Kaprizov in there does definitely hurt that offense. But Eriksson Ek coming back does help that team out a little bit. It's more defensive focused for me from the Wild personally, with Spurgeon, Faber, Brodin, and Philip Gustav. On the Pred side, full fade for me. Not get to any Nashville here tonight. Takes me to the next game on the slate here. I like the spot quite a bit for the Avs at home here. Jets have Comrie going tonight. Not even in the same ballpark as Hellebuck. I like to attack Comrie here. I want McKinnon. I want Jonathan Drouin, who's back, way too cheap at 3K. I doubt this ownership stays the same at 4%, 5%. I wouldn't be surprised to see him double digits. He should be here. Top power play at 3K against the Jets. The Jets with Comrie in that. So I like McKinnon. I like Drouin, Rantanen, Nichushkin, Laakkonen are the main guys I'm looking at here. And then Cale Makar has been on a tear. 8,600 is tough for me to pay, so I don't love that. Sam Malinski's been one of my sleepers. I've been playing him a ton at 2.8K, just a nice value play there. Gets a ton of minutes there, picks up some block shots. Devin Toews is fine as well. But for me, it's more the forwards for the Avs. I like the forwards quite a bit here tonight. On the Jet side, Ehlers is fine. Velarde's fine, but on a back-to-back here, just don't love it against Colorado. Blackwood's actually been decent with Colorado, kind of rejuvenated, got that new contract as well, helping him out there. So I think Colorado rolls here tonight. I love them in this spot, and I just don't see the ownership going to them outside of, obviously, Nichushkin and McKinnon, who get ownership every slate. The rest of them are unplayed here tonight. Next game on the slate here, chalk of the slate, but my favorite spot of the slate, it's the Devils. It's an absolutely smash spot. Looking at the numbers here, Devils on the road, best expected goals team against the second worst expected goals against team in the Ducks. The best power play versus the third worst home penalty kill. Absolute slam dunk here for the Devils' top power play. Give me Jack Hughes. Give me Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Nosen, and Dougie Hamilton. I think playing Nico and Jack Hughes together is unique here on the slate. I like it quite a bit. You can pair him up. Go like a Jack Hughes, a Nico Hischier, a Nosen to cut down on that salary. You could go Bratt, but it gets expensive fast. Instead, add in a Nosen at 4.3 and then add in a Dougie Hamilton at 6K. Love that four-man stack here tonight. Might be a spot where I actually do go 4 Devils here to get a little bit unique and playing both the centers here. I think middles this ownership a little bit as well. Love the Devils here. Markstrom, great option. If I'm spending over 8K, it's probably the Markstrom, but I just think Gustav at 7,800 is just too cheap there for me. Ducks, full fade for me, not getting to anyone on the Ducks. I will say a couple value guys. McTavish playing great right now, 3,700. If you need a one-off, he's fine in terms of value guy, but nobody else there for the Ducks I'm looking at here tonight. Next game on the slate here, it's the Flyers and the Sharks. This game could go crazy, or it could be like 2-1 here. If I'm picking a side, it's definitely the Flyers. I love the Flyers here. I'm just going to continue to attack the Sharks. Georgiev is going to be in net as well, which he's been horrendous all season. As you can see, 3.5 goals against average for when he's in net. Obviously, he started in Colorado. We slammed against him every time. They traded Blackwood over to Colorado. In return, got Georgiev. I love the Flyers here. Konechny, Tippett, Michkov. Bobby Brink's up on that top power play at 3K. He's got a nice value. Dramer Drysdale, Travis Sanheim. I will say my favorite D-man is Rasmus Ristolainen at 2.8K. Just plays all the minutes. Really nice value there. But Couture, Frost, I like that. Noah Cates has been playing good. Forrester has been playing amazing. Lawton's been playing really good. Lines 1 and 2 for me are my preferred options here going to the Flyers. I think all of them are in play. You're going to get a little ownership, but not as much as kind of a mainstream team like a Colorado or a Carolina or someone like that would get when they're playing the Sharks here. So I do think you get some ownership discount, and I think it's a good spot to go in on. I like the Flyers a ton for sure here tonight. On the Sharks side, not a lot of interest. Alex Wenberg as a value option, sure. Timothy Liljegren, sure. Celebrini, you can play him any slate, but definitely like the Flyer side much more. So not going to get to much of those Sharks for sure. Next game on the slate, Vancouver and the Flames. Dustin Wolf in net, Lincoln in net. 2 good goalie options here tonight I think are fine. 5.5 total in this one. Don't love it for offense. Both these teams are really good defensively, especially in the expected goals category. If I were to pick a side, it would be Vancouver just because Flames give up a decent amount of high danger chances here. So JT Miller, I think, is fine. Brock Besser, DeBrusk are kind of the guys I would stick to. Outside of that, not get to anyone. On the Flame side, Kadri's playing good right now, but I just like other spots more. On a 9-game slate, can't play everyone. I like defense in this game, so give me both goalies here and kind of pass on. For me, I will say Carson Soucy at 2.7K, I think is another solid value D-man on the slate as well. Takes me to the last game of the slate here, and it's an interesting one here. Edmonton, second best home scoring team in actual goals for on home ice. They're minus 240 favorites here. Utah, basically the Coyotes, right, from last season are decent on the road in terms of expected goals category. They're really good on the penalty kill. and they limit high danger chances here. Stauber's been really good as well. In tournaments, I don't think Stauber is the craziest play in the world. Nobody's going to play him. He's going to see a ton of volume. Edmonton fires a ton of pucks, sixth best team in terms of shots on net. So he has the upside. Even if he gives up a couple goals, I think he can definitely get you there on saves alone. And if somehow he wins this game, which I don't think is the craziest take in the world, he definitely will break the slate. So I do like him quite a bit in tournaments at 7K. But good spot for McDavid, Leon, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Victor Arvidsson at 3.3K. He's playing a little bit better as of late, too. I don't mind him. Bouchard, Ekholm, Darnell Nurse, all good options as well from the defense standpoint. Edmonton's going to get some ownership. I think Stauber's a good leverage in tournaments if you're not playing any Edmonton. Don't mind Edmonton, but I think I like Jersey much more. I like some of those other teams that I talked about earlier. I like Colorado more at similar price points at way less ownership for sure. So overall, I think it's a pretty good slate. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's SHIPIT Nation logos at the top here on this New Year's to ring in 2025 with a nice little shipper here. Congrats to our guy DJen out there with an amazing best ball run there. Over 300K last night he won. Absolutely amazing. Members crushed over there. We continue to crush here. If you're watching this and you're not a member yet, PGA is back on Thursday as well. PGA 100 gets you $100 off any PGA annual package there, and you get free access to all of our other content for free through Super Bowl 59 for the NFL stuff there. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Be safe out there. Have a happy new year. Looking forward to a great 2025 together. Let's get those SHIPIT Nation logos at the top and ship it on the ice here tonight. Good luck tonight in those contests. For myself, Nadesify. Let's ship it.